Something is seriously wrong right now, and most people have no idea these things are even happening. Let's get into it. Start with frostquakes, because most people have never heard of them, and that is exactly the point. When temperatures drop fast enough, not gradually, but suddenly, violently, the water in the ground freezes and expands faster than the soil around it can accommodate. And it releases that energy the only way it can, like an earthquake, a boom that shakes houses, a jolt that wakes people up at 3 and wondering what just hit them. People all over the United States have been posting videos of themselves reacting to these sounds, genuinely alarmed, genuinely confused, and the explanation when it comes is almost more unsettling than the mystery. The ground itself is cracking, from the cold and the trees. In areas hit by the most extreme cold snaps of 2026, trees are exploding, not slowly dying, not losing branches, exploding. The sap inside freezes faster than the bark can expand, and the pressure builds until the only release is a crack that sounds like a gunshot. Multiple people filming forests during these cold events, catching the sound on camera and flinching at the volume of it. This is not something most people in recorded history have witnessed because temperatures have not dropped this fast in these areas in living memory. Now the snow. Because while parts of the United States were experiencing frostquakes and exploding trees, Russia was being buried, the largest snowfall since 1970, in some areas reaching 40 feet. 40 feet of snow, higher than apartment buildings, cars invisible under it, streets that ceased to function, people filming from windows, looking at a white wall where the street used to be. And this is happening in 2026 inches a year, that is also producing record heat in other parts of the world simultaneously. The extremes are getting more extreme on both ends at the same time, which is exactly what climate scientists have been predicting for years, not a simple warming trend, but a destabilization. Wilder swings, hotter hots, and colder colds, and here we are. And then thundersnow, a thunderstorm during a snowstorm, lightning and snow at the same time, something that meteorologists describe as so rare that most of them would not expect to see it more than once in a career. And it is being captured across the world, multiple locations, multiple events in the same period of time. And here's where the snow gets genuinely strange. People have been testing it, holding it up to a lighter, and it is not behaving the way snow should behave. It is not melting cleanly into water. It is turning black at the edges, smelling like burnt plastic, shrinking without producing the volume of water that the original snow would suggest. Multiple people in multiple locations doing the same test and getting the same result. And the honest answer from the scientific community is snow picks up particulates as it falls. Urban snow contains pollution, microplastics, industrial residue. These particles can cause discoloration and unusual behavior when heated. But here is what that explanation does not fully account for: the smell. Burnt plastic. That specific smell requires specific synthetic compounds to be present in sufficient quantities that they produce an odor during combustion. That means whatever is in that snow, whatever is falling from the sky and landing on people's cars and children's sleds, contains enough synthetic material that you can smell it burning. That is not a minor contamination. That is something that is accumulating in our atmosphere in quantities that are detectable by human senses. What is it? Where is it coming from? The honest answer is that nobody with official authority is providing a clear public explanation. And that absence of explanation is itself worth noting. Now, the sky. Because the atmospheric phenomena of 2026 are producing visuals that people are describing as dreamlike, unreal, wrong in a way they cannot articulate. The pink sky, Miami, then the UK, then multiple locations simultaneously. A deep, sustained, glowing pink that is not sunset, not sunrise, not any atmospheric color most people have seen in their lives. Some people filming it and saying it does not feel real. That going outside felt like stepping into a dream. Scientists point to the massive solar flares, one of the largest in 20 years, directed straight at Earth, disrupting the geomagnetic field and producing aurora borealis effects in locations that have never seen them. The northern lights visible in Florida, the sky turning colors in places where the sky has never turned those colors. And the solar flares raise a question that nobody is fully answering. Is the disruption to the geomagnetic field connected to the extreme cold events? Is the same solar activity that is turning the sky pink in Miami also contributing to the atmospheric instability that is producing frostquakes in the Midwest and record snow in Russia? The mechanisms are not fully understood. The connections are speculative, but the timing is difficult to ignore. The most powerful solar activity in 20 years, arriving in the same year as record extremes on both ends of the temperature spectrum. And then the clouds, because the cloud formations being captured in 2026 are producing footage that people are watching and rewatching because they genuinely cannot make sense of what they are seeing. A jellyfish-shaped cloud hanging stationary in the sky in India, not moving, not dissipating, appearing to flash. Something appearing to emerge from its base. And then slowly, gradually, it drifts away and disappears. Multiple people filming it from different angles, confirming it is real and not a single person's imagination. Other formations that do not resemble any standard cloud type, shapes that feel wrong, movements that do not match wind patterns. And the feeling that multiple witnesses describe independently, it looks like it is hanging, like it could drop, like something is wrong with the physics of what they are watching. Now the lights. Because whatever is producing the light phenomena being captured in clouds across the world in 2026, the explanations are not holding up. The standard explanation is spotlights from the ground, but spotlights from the ground do not travel miles from one location to another. They do not move horizontally across the sky in patterns that witnesses describe as unlike anything produced by any ground-based light source they have ever seen. They do not appear to originate from inside the clouds themselves, and in some footage slowed down, frame by frame, there are objects passing through the frame at speeds that no spotlight beam can produce. An orange-red orb moving so fast that at normal playback speed, you would miss it if you blinked. Only visible when the footage is slowed to near single-frame analysis. People who have been to Vegas, who have seen stadium lighting, who have watched air shows standing there baffled, saying they have never seen anything that could do what they are watching. Lights that appear to communicate in patterns, that move forward and backward and appear spaced in a way that suggests something deliberate rather than something random. And one last thing, the meteor question, because it connects to everything else. Multiple fireballs across multiple states, NASA confirming one, the rest unconfirmed, and a former combat veteran pointing at the shrapnel being found and saying, I have been in a combat zone. I know what military ordnance looks like. And some of what is being called meteor fragments looks familiar in a way that has nothing to do with space rocks. Maybe he is wrong. Maybe all of it is exactly what the official explanations say it is. Frostquakes are real, exploding trees are real, record snow is real, solar flares cause pink skies. Clouds make unusual formations. Lights have ground-based explanations. But all of it at once. In the same year, while the Pentagon is releasing classified UFO files, while scientists who work on anti-gravity are disappearing, while ancient prophecy researchers are pointing at rivers turning red and fish falling from the sky and saying, we told you, something is seriously wrong right now. I do not know exactly what, but I know that 2026 does not feel like a normal year. And the footage that people are uploading every single day from every corner of the world suggests that a lot of other people feel the same way. See you in the next one.